Okay, Boker Tov. So this is already hopefully well in advance when the plannings for mishloach manos takes place, who to give mishloach manos to. So first thing we have to know is what's the reason why we give mishloach manos. So essentially there's two reasons given. This is what the Chasam Sofer, many poskim take into consideration. There's the opinion of the Tumas Hadeshen. The Tumas Hadeshen says that the purpose of mishloach manos is to make sure a person has enough to eat for the meal of Sudas Purim. Then you have Shlomo Alkabetz. Interesting that he was zeichet his reason given. His reason is based on his perush on Megillas Esther. Shlomo Alkabetz, who's the author of the Chadoidi. He writes that since it says that Haman said about us, that there's a scattered nation, so therefore Mordechai and Esther instituted that we have to fix that problem. And that is by giving mishloach manos ish l're'eyu, we create what's called re'eus, we create friendship, and that's the idea behind mishloach manos. And therefore, the obligation of mishloach manos is really just one, meaning 2 items to 1 person, 2 manos to 1 person. Preferably, it should be something that a person uses as a meal. Why? Because of the Tumas Hadeshen. But the ikar really is to create friendship, and therefore, when a person is making the list and thinking who he's going to give mishloach manos to, it's crucial that certainly at least one mishloach manos, since many of us do many of them, is given to someone that a person has a problem with the friendship. Where by giving mishloach manos we can improve the friendship. That would be a very important focus on mishloach manos. I had it once at Maisa. I used to go around from house to house in the non-Muslim neighborhood, trying to reach out to Jews and create re'eus. So I remember I tried to get into a house of a famous doctor who was not connected to Yiddishkeit much. And each time I would go to his house, he wouldn't even allow me to walk into his house. He would speak to me through the screen door. And I couldn't reach him. Mamish, it was a block. I would say 2 words or 3. Into one day, I decided, I happened to have mishloach manos. I left it, I brought it to his house. He wasn't there. I left it by the door. And then about 3 weeks later, I was on my bike again, and I came to his home, knocked on the door, and without even blinking an eye, took me into the house, sat down, we schmoozed for an hour, and then I couldn't figure out what happened. And then afterwards he said, by the way, those cookies were really good. So as they say, the quickest way to a person's heart is through his stomach.